Picture discs. They're out there. They've been around since the 70s. And are they really worth the money? Are they inferior? What's the deal with that? We'll find out here on this episode of Todd's Turntable Talk. Welcome to another episode of Todd's Turntable Talk, and before we get started, please make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification to alert you every time a new episode drops here on our channel. Picture discs. Picture discs have been around since the 70s, and there's always been this kind of stigma around them. Are they not as good a quality? Are they kind of a ripoff? What's the difference? What's the deal? I'm going to kind of break them down here for you just a little bit to hopefully answer some of those questions. And if there's any questions I don't get to or any others you might have, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Now, looking up on Wikipedia here, we find that picture discs really started in the 1970s. Originally in the 1940s and 50s, they had things similar to them, but it was literally songs printed on basically cardboard. It's kind of stuff you'd find on the back of cereal boxes back in the 70s and 80s. They sounded like garbage because you're basically putting your needle on paper. Not the best thing in the world. Actual picture discs, though, started in the 1970s. They were developed by Metronome Records, which was a subsidiary of Elektra Records, and the new picture discs were made by creating a 5-layer lamination consisting of black vinyl with a kiln-dried paper decals on either side, and then the outer skins were like a clear vinyl film. This was to get the pictures pressed, and so it looked like it was almost printed on the actual record, although it was really kind of overlaid. The best examples I can give you of those from that era that I have here came from the 80s. This first one is a picture disc that I got as a child. This was released in 1984, and I still have it. It's Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends. This is him performing and reading a bunch of his poems and stuff from not just this book, but a couple others as well. The sound quality isn't bad, but it definitely has some surface noise that a lot of records, normal records, won't have. And that's because of the way the record was made. But you get really cool looking stuff. Another one here, this is from 1987 here. And this comes from the Hitman's collection here. This is from Prince's Sign of the Times. This is the single of I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man. Really, really cool looking. And at the back here, really cool. But again, the way they were pressed back then really lent to a kind of inferior sound. It was more for just the look and the fun, the collectability of the picture disc. Not so much for the audio quality like you would want today. Now we fast forward to nowadays, and picture discs more now, it's kind of a roll of the dice. Sometimes you get really good quality pressings, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they sound like a regular record, sometimes they sound like the ones from 1970. And technology has advanced a lot, but not so far in that they're all going to sound like a regular brand new black vinyl record. There are some exceptions to that. There has been some fantastic picture discs released like these. Michael Jackson redid, well, he didn't personally redo them, but because it's kind of hard to do that when you're, you know. But the estate of Michael Jackson re-released his entire Epic Records discography, all on picture discs. This is the history record here. And I have heard some of these, and they sound fantastic. There's hardly any surface noise whatsoever. They're printed on 180 gram vinyl. The quality is fantastic. They look amazing, and they sound great. I recently ended up getting the Guardians of the Galaxy picture discs. I went to one of my favorite stores, Media Reload, which is located here on Miller Road in Flint. Shout out to my peoples. And they had copies of these Walmart exclusive Guardians of the Galaxy picture discs, the soundtracks of the two movies. This is the first one here. And, you know, I just love the artwork on it. I got volumes 1 and 2. Each one was about 20 bucks, but the artwork is fantastic. And I didn't have many picture discs at home, so I thought, well, I'll get these and give it a shot. Went home and put on the first disc, and it sounds great. Not much surface noise. The pressing sounds really great. Nice full sound. So then we went on to put on volume 2. And even though we got adorable baby Groot on the back here, it didn't do much to save the fact that this is not a good pressing. Very noisy, lots of static, some pops in there. And both were brand new and never opened. So it's really a crapshoot nowadays. Would I recommend building an entire collection of picture discs? No. They're really more for the talking point kind of thing. They're more for, man, look how cool this thing is. You know, they're good to display and show your friends, and fun little collectibles to have if it's a thing you enjoy. This is just my opinion, but picture discs for me, I don't think deserve the kind of hate that they get. Mostly it comes from a lot of the bigger audiophile people who are more serious about the sonic qualities of things than the casual listener who just wants some fun records to listen to. So do I think picture discs are worth it? Absolutely. They're fun, they look cool, and they're a nice little collectible to display. Are they going to sound exactly like a reissued 180 gram black vinyl original mono master or something like that? Absolutely not. But that's not what you get them for. They're more for the fun collectability. So hopefully this has been informative, and hopefully we will see you next time here on Todd's Turntable Talk.